Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Where in the World is Juliet? I am so humbled by the subscribers I'm getting. I'm humbled by the people who bought me coffee. It actually didn't pay for coffee. It paid for part of my meal delivery service, which is right now something I really need. Just because it's something it's healthy, and it's the only way I can tell you is it's healthy meals that are delicious and are 2 minutes to heat up. And right now, kind of where I am, 2 minutes. But I'm getting better every day. I actually walked Luna a little further today. Anyway, I wanted to say thank you. But I wanted to cover the greatest wealth transfer in human history. The first greatest wealth transfer that I'm aware of, and the only other one I know, is when Moses led the Jews out of Egypt. God, that was hard coming out. When they led them out of Egypt, and they took the spoils of Egypt with them. They took the gold and silver and things. This time, there's a bunch of different opportunities for you all, and I think we're coming up to this pretty quickly now. So I'm going to start with gold and silver. When I started tracking this, silver was $19 an ounce. $19 an ounce. And now today it was $59 an ounce. And it's not stopping anytime soon. A lot of the banks bought silver, but they bought it on paper, not in reality. And it's called a short sale. And they were betting on the fact that it wouldn't go above a certain number. Now, I don't know what that number is, but I'm sure we're coming up on it pretty quick. And when it comes out that they owe all that money, it's going to be a real big deal. Real big deal. We're going to see the bank bail-ins, which Congress made legal, which means they can go in and raid your bank account to cover their own butts. It's incredible. But of course, we know that Congress doesn't work for the people. We haven't even had a president working for the people before the current president, even in his last administration, which I'm going to get into some other things about the last administration he had. And so the gold and silver is one area. Silver and gold are both at all-time highs now. When I started tracking the gold, it was $2,200 an ounce, and now it's like $4,300 an ounce, so it's like doubled. And the coin shop where I go, or have gone for years, currently think I'm a genius because they didn't see this coming, not like this. And we're not even close to done with silver. A lot of the experts are predicting $1,000 an ounce and stuff because nobody's mining silver anymore. They're finding new pockets of it, but it's so expensive to mine that like Mexico was number one, and I believe they stopped mining about a year ago. I haven't looked to see if they've started mining it again. Peru was number 3, and they also stopped mining it. A lot of times silver is a byproduct from them harvesting gold or copper or platinum or uranium or something along those lines. It's a bonus, you know what I mean? It's not something that they are going for. And the silver supply is running out. We've heard that India made about 2 weeks ago, I think it was, maybe 3. My life's been kind of a blur lately. India revalued their silver at $400 an ounce. Yeah, crazy. Okay, so the next thing is the foreign currency. There are certain currencies that we, meaning the United States, has manipulated for a long time. Vietnam is one of them. Iraq is another. Venezuela. And it's been manipulated and kept down. So when these foreign currencies, these are countries that have, like Vietnam is one of the best economies in the world right now. and it's like 0.00007 for one of their dollars. And if they just go back to what it was before the invasion for us in Vietnam, it was like $2.20 or something like that. I can't remember exactly the number at this point, but it was a lot higher. And I know that Iraq, which is $1,000 a million, they were $3.23 a piece before we invaded, because they've got a lot of resources. They have a lot of resources. So does Vietnam. So does Venezuela. Venezuela is very oil-rich, gold-rich. As a matter of fact, through the economic disaster there, the people were going and they were like panning for gold in the streams, and what became part of their economy was, hey, I'll pay you this flake of gold to cut my hair, or this flake of gold for that chicken. And so they're very rich nations. I have no idea what that one's going to revalue at, because the numbers are sort of astronomical. But I would get yourself some. Like right now, through the currency exchange, $66 a million is Vietnam. You can't buy Venezuelan. You'd have to buy that like at unless you know somebody from Venezuela, they might have some. And they might think you're crazy for trying to buy it, because it was fluttering in the streets. It was so worthless that we heard a story, and I don't know whether this is a story translated from Germany after World War I, but it was that the guy took a wheelbarrow full to the grocery store to see if they could buy groceries. And the store owner said, I won't take what's in the wheelbarrow, but I'll trade you for groceries for the wheelbarrow. Now, I'm expecting when they crash the US dollar, we're going to see a lot of money in the streets picking up, because I think they're going to revalue it 1-to-1 when we go to our new currency. I don't know that that's true, but it just seems to make sense to me, because I can't imagine they're going to wipe out the entire population and retirement, and I don't see that that's what's happening. And then the last thing is cryptocurrency, which I was super leery of for a long time, and I didn't understand it. And I mean, I was viewing courses, and I was reading books, and I was listening to podcasts about it. I just was like, and I think it was kind of like not my time to understand it. Like it was a God thing. It was like the veil got lifted like one moment. I just went, oh, I get it now. And so if you're going to be buying something like that, I would stick with XRP, XLM, and HBAR. But I'd really focus on XRP, because if you go and do just this much research, you can see that XRP is now tied to a whole bunch of banks, whole bunch of international international countries. In Dubai, you can actually get your paycheck in XRP now, and they're using it to buy and sell real estate. And let's be honest, Dubai real estate's not cheap. And right now, XRP, I think last time I checked, shortly before this stream, it was like $2.18 a piece. I know people that got it for like pennies. I wasn't quite that lucky, but it was okay. I'm still very blessed. And it's going to be the backbone of our financial system. And I've now seen that some of the banks are starting to, there was an announcement from Bank of America that they're going all in on XRP. And XLM, which is cheap, it's like 15 cents right now, I think. They signed an agreement with Western Union. So it's going to be worth more too. I can't tell you when this is going to happen. A lot of people have been thinking it was going to happen before this. But I'm pretty sure we're looking at soon. So I would jump on this. And the truth is, I learned about the gold and silver through the Q movement, right? Well, the gold anyway. Because Q kept talking about gold destroys the Fed. And by that time, we knew that the Fed Bank was neither federal nor really a bank in the sense that we would think of a bank. It was privately owned by the Rothschild family. All the central banks are. And I wouldn't be worried about this cryptocurrency because the digital currency that we're looking at now is not tied to a government. It's not tied to the central banks. If it was tied to the central banks, I wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole. I just want all of you to come along. I want all of us to be wealthy. I'm so excited every once in a while on X, and it's not even once in a while, it's a lot. Elon Musk says we're not heading into universal basic income. We're heading into universal abundant income. And I think that's very true. One of the gentlemen I was looking at, with the foreign currency, excuse me, there's going to be 2 different ways that you can do it. You can just take it right to your bank when it revalues and hand it in, and they'll put the money in your account. But then the second way is through redemption centers. And I don't, I'm a follower of this, not really a leader on this. So I would encourage you to maybe look up the redemption centers or people who are talking about the RV. There's even a lot of people who are talking about it prophetically, which is really interesting. That these people have been having dreams. And this has been going on for several years. So this is very much God-led. And I will tell you that when I was talking to people about this over the years, they either went, oh yeah, okay, yeah. Or they went, tell me more. And I think that was like a God thing. They have the veil that they can't see it. And then other people were meant to partake. And I think we're living in very exciting times. And I think we're looking at, the world that God promised after Jesus' return. No more pain, no more sorrow, no more death, no more suffering, no more hunger. And a lot of the people who are involved in the currencies, especially the RV point, where you'd be going to the redemption centers, and we've heard there'll be higher rates if you're at a redemption center. I don't know. I'm really going to be happy with whatever they give me. I'll be doing the happy dance because it's going to be more than I paid for it. But a lot of people, myself included, have humanitarian projects in mind, things we want to do to help change the world. And that's taking the money from people like Bill Gates and the Rockefellers, who claim to be philanthropists, right? Carnegie and Vanderbilts, right? And though they were so philanthropic, no, they weren't. They were doing stuff to serve their own agendas. Now, what I want to do is let's say we have some new educational technology. I'd like to make sure, because education's my thing, the kids are my thing. And I'll send that all around the world. Those technologies that help children learn better. An example is, in Japan, it's not called IQ in Japan, it was called IQ here. But it was a program to teach the children how to speed read. Like literally, you're training your brain to have a photographic memory type deal. And it was really cool. And I tried to get the school system to do it. And then I tried to get a grant to do it, even with the pilot program. And I was unsuccessful. But they don't want the children smart. They don't want us smart. They want us as cattle. And that's coming to an end, and I'm so excited about that. Now, again, in the description, I'll put some places if you wanted to donate to me. I appreciate it. It's so not required in any way, shape, or form. I'm working on getting monetized here on YouTube. Let's just say I was denied a lot with my other channel. They would monetize me And then they'd take it away like 3 days later. Oh, not you. And it was okay. And I'm hoping that at some point I'm going to be able to do some lives. So maybe I can start to answer some questions for you guys if I know the answer. And if I don't know the answer, maybe somebody else in the chat will. That was what we did on my old channel. And it was pretty neat because it was more like a conversation than me just talking at you. So I'm not strong enough to do that just yet, which is why I'm doing things this way. But I'm getting stronger every day, and I really appreciate your prayers. And again, still have the upcoming surgeries. And I'm kind of hoping med beds show up before then, so no need to have the surgery. But we'll see. And it's okay because it's all in God's hands, and it's all God's plan. And I so appreciate each and every one of you. I try and at least like or thumbs up at all the comments because I really appreciate, well, I appreciate you guys more than you know. And you've touched me with some of the things you've said. So I really appreciate you, and I want you to have a great day. And God is in control. And I think we're headed into some fairly amazing times. Thank you and have a great day.